чертов! Будь ты проклят! Иди, идиот, трахать тебя и всю семью! Говно собачье, жлоб вонючий! Дерьмо, сука, падла! Иди сюда, мерзавец! Негодяй, гад, иди сюда, ты говно! Жопа! Опачки! Будь ты проклят! Дерьмо, сука! Опачки!
Hello and welcome to the Opatchkast, the sorta kinda weekly podcast for average Joe.
Average Joe.
What?
Average Joe.
Well, I saw you fucking shake your head. What are you trying to say?
I was shaking my head about the weekly thing.
Oh, okay.
I was
been like
too.
3 months.
I did the same thing.
And that's it. So I was like, sorta kinda weekly.
When was the last time we did it? Like
it's-
July or some shit?
Fuck, dude. It's been months.
August?
A podcast of average Joe Tarkov players, which don't even really play Tarkov anymore. The whole thing's a shit show. Let's just say that.
And I never played it to begin with. So.
You know,
And then someone just released a video on fucking sim racing too. So
what is going on in this channel?
I should have never given that guy
honestly-
permission to upload. That was a mistake.
True.
So I think we got to talk kind of a little bit about what's going on with the podcast. Recently, we've all been very busy. Me and Cameron work at the same place, so and it's been insane these last couple months. And it's just been kind of hard to coordinate with everybody. And the other thing is me and my dad are not playing much Tarkov recently. It's kind of been slow, and everybody knows that if they know what's going on in Tarkov. And I think we're gonna kind of change I know we talked about this a little bit before, but we're gonna kind of change the whole format of the podcast and just be. It's gonna still involve a lot of Tarkov because we love Tarkov. It's one of our favorite games. Excluding
Even
Cameron.
if we're not playing it, it's
100%.
still, and I still follow it religiously.
Yeah.
Even when I'm not playing it, so like I can talk about some of the stuff that's been happening and what it's gonna look like for Wipe coming up and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
still.
They're adding the. Do you see the little preview of the boss on?
Yeah,
Lighthouse?
the Antler Man
Yep.
on the lighthouse. Yeah.
But yeah, we haven't played Tarkov in months, and it's just kind of the way it is. It happens every single wipe. We kind of fall apart, and this wipe was a little bit earlier, and we haven't gotten anything since. So it's been kind of a long road. But I think we're gonna kind of change it up, and we kind of already did. But we're gonna really change it up now to talk about whatever the fuck we want. A lot of the time, every single one of us has a different skill set or a different mindset and different things. So you're gonna get a wide range of views and games that people like and stuff like that. So
Politics.
I don't
This is
know.
a politics podcast now.
Hobbies,
100%.
interests,
Strictly.
politics.
Oh, left and right, you know.
Yeah, I love that. That's your
Yeah,
view on
'cause
politics.
and all three of us definitely fall in one of those categories.
Yeah, I'm a
Oh,
partisan.
Jesus.
I'm for partisanship.
I don't know.
I
what
believe
am.
in the two-party system, baby.
Yeah, you do.
That shit works.
But I don't know if you want to kind of elaborate a little bit, Dad and Cam, about kind of what's going on right now.
No, I think that's
that
a
works.
great summary for sure. Yeah, we're going to continue to do the podcast, and we promise. I swear to God, we're going to do it more often, especially now because we're deciding that it's going to be a little more open about topics and everything. So we'll have more to talk about more often, and want to talk about those things. So yeah, that's basically what it amounts to.
Yeah. What do you think, Cam?
I agree. It makes it easier on me because then half the podcast won't be talking about Tarkov, and I'll just
Sit there and say nothing.
I'll just butt in every once in a while. I go, well, that's cool. AK-47, AK-762 by 39.
Okay. I know we said we weren't going to talk about about Tarkov as much, but let's talk about a little bit of the boss that we just saw, the little preview. I watched
The Antler Man stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, there's
Antler Man.
Zarachi.
Yeah, I think he's only going to be a boss in the nighttime, right? That's kind of what it looks like.
I mean, that's what they implement. They implied with that teaser, but who knows? I mean, honestly, you know how they play their fucking games. There's no telling exactly what it's going to be.
And he's going to be a sniper boss. That's what it looks like to me.
He's going to be the second Sturtman, basically.
Yeah,
is what it looks like. And he was running the
SR-25.
No, I thought it was the 338.
It could have been
semi-auto 338 Lapua that he was running.
Yeah, I wasn't 100% watching. I was kind of driving at the same time, so yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Hear that?
Good thing you guys have never said where you work.
I work.
I wasn't driving while I was working. I was driving going to work. So
okay. Yeah,
I
that's
don't
acceptable
drive.
then.
I don't drive.
You're not endangering as many lives.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it looked interesting. It looked like another Tarkov boss. It didn't look like, when Tagilla came and everybody's like, "Oh my god, he has a fucking hammer." It just looks like another
Tarkov boss.
Yeah.
I agree. I think the bigger implications are is the Lightkeeper actually going to be in the game now, since he's going to be there, and what kind of shit are you going to be able to buy from the Lightkeeper?
Yep.
My guess is it's going to be all of the explosives and things that they've been talking about adding. The claymores and the landmines and there's been rumors that the underbarrel grenade launcher that was on an AK that was actually in the alpha before the open beta that we're part of now. It was in the game back then, and apparently when you shot the underbarrel grenade launcher when only Factory was in the game too, by the way. When you shot the underbarrel grenade launcher, everybody got extracted from the game because the whole fucking thing crashed.
Okay. I've never heard of that. Yeah, I never saw even gameplay from back then.
I didn't either, but listening to the podcast guys, Veritas was talking about it. He said even he wasn't part of it back then. He'd just heard about it. So, but yeah, apparently there's rumors that that's coming back as well. Since they've had the normal grenade launcher for a little while now, they're going to start putting the underbarrel grenade launchers in.
Okay.
And all of that kind of stuff, that ordnance kind of stuff, is what he's going to sell. But nobody's even confirmed or done anything with any of that yet.
All right, I just wanted to talk about it real quick because
I think the other thing with Tarkov to hit on real quick before we move on is we still have no idea of a release or anything for Arena.
That's the thing I give an actual shit about. So
yeah, exactly.
The thing I'm here for. It's the Arena podcast.
No, I totally get that. I would love for it to come anytime soon. I think.
So the last details Nikita talked about is that the 3 maps are completed and the game mechanics for like whatever their initial game mechanics were done, but they were still adding a bunch of new game types and things like that. So they're trying to be a complete Call of Duty competitor since Call of Duty decided to be their competitor. Is what it sounds like to me anyway.
It is.
They decided that you know what, if Arena's going to compete with Call of Duty, we're going to have domination and fucking capture the flag. I don't know, capture the flag, but that just dated the shit out of me right there. When was the last time a game released with capture the flag?
Halo Infinite.
Did Halo Infinite have CTF?
Yeah.
Oh,
every Halo game did.
Right. And the last Call of Duty had.
But it's
it was
saying
that MLG. It was an MLG.
Yeah.
Capture the flag was
saying that Halo is dated as fuck.
They do, yeah, exactly. But anyway, so it sounds like they're gonna try and punch right back with Arena and have it,
they should
directly compete with COD. So.
That's
because
I kind of funny too.
I think that's a great segue into COD right now. I know, Cameron, you haven't played it yet, which is going to leave you out with another segment.
That's cool. This podcast, why am I on it? Why am I on this fucking podcast? Just here to say snide shit.
Yeah, 100%. You're the
100%.
comedic relief.
Yeah.
But going to COD real fast. Just like Tarkov.
So I'm the Kramer of this podcast?
100%.
Exactly, yeah. You gotta slide in.
Second.
This is my laugh factory.
No, pretty much. Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna get canceled.
No, he didn't. He canceled himself.
Well, I guess he did. But yeah, I just want to talk about Call of Duty real quick. I think Modern Warfare 2. What do you think about it so far, Dad? Because me and you, Mom, a couple of our friends have been playing it. What do you think? And what do you think of DMZ? Because
Okay,
you know.
let's take them bits at a time.
Okay.
The
Yep.
Modern Warfare 2 itself, the multiplayer, normal stuff.
Yeah.
Um, it for the most part has been good.
agree.
Has been enjoyable to play for the most part.
Yeah.
Minus 2 maps.
Oh, 2 maps? I'm thinking of the border crossing map.
The border crossing map can suck a fat one.
That's the
That
one
has
that's
got to be
memed all
that
the
has
time.
got to be the
Oh, yeah.
worst map in gaming of all time.
It has to be up there.
It has to be, right?
Yeah.
That is the worst map that has ever been released on a game ever, in my opinion.
Oh,
Play wise, it's fucking asinine
yeah.
how bad that map is.
And then, are you
Um,
thinking of Farm 10? Is the one with the big thing in the middle, the big rooms in the middle, and then
No,
kinda
that
the
one's fine. That one's fine. I don't mind that one. No, I'm trying to think of another one. The other one that I don't really like. But that one's that the border crossing is far and away
Yeah.
the worst. And if you could skip maps, that map would never get played
No,
because it's fucking horrendous.
dude. Me, mom, and one of her friends played yesterday, and we had a full team of 6. They were all a 6 stack. They were just sitting in what how each side has like some rooms that you can kind of get
Yeah.
into.
Yep.
They were just sitting in one of those rooms waiting for us to push them. It was god awful.
It's terrible. It's a terrible design.
Oh yeah.
Just because of that, it's basically one line straight down the
Oh, yeah.
fucking map with a crest to it, so you can't just snipe the whole fucking way,
No.
right? With random explosions all over the fucking line that
Yep.
can go off at any fucking time.
Yep.
You have no idea when they can go off, so you've got the complete RNG of exploding cars everywhere.
Yep.
And then and these weird sight lines that just don't, I don't know. And then you've got those things at the end, these buildings at the very ends of the map that you can just hide out in and have one or two entrances to get into. So
Yep.
if you've got a full 6 stack, like you said, that can just watch the entrances, they're impossible to get to.
Yeah.
And it's fucking dumb. And then even if you were lucky enough to get a fucking kill streak reward to try and flush them out, the kill streak rewards can't get in those buildings to kill them. So like there's no skylights or anything. So it's a terrible map in every aspect.
But the one thing I do want to say is awesome, and I know some people don't like it, some people do, is the gun progression system in Call of Duty. I think
it's great. Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah.
Isn't it? You have to work on one gun, and then it locks another variant of that gun. It's like you got to work with the 7.62 Lockman, and then you unlock the 5.56 Lockman, and then you have to work through the 5.56 Lockman to get to the submachine gun Lockman, which is basically the 7.62 is basically
the whole
G3.
whole Lockman series is fucking they're all HKs.
Yes, HKs. So it's going to be like G3 to the the G36C or the G36 in general, and then to the MP5 or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's kind of that line, but everything kind of follows that, and it's a lot of fun, I think.
No, it definitely gives a good incentive to continue the grind.
100%.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a great system. I really enjoy that system. That's a good way to incentivize that grind, right? And have that and it's not like you ever feel completely outgunned with any of the starting guns.
No.
Right? So it's not like the guys that do go crazy with the grind have a major competitive advantage. I'm sure there's something here or there where one gun is slightly better than some of the other ones that you start out with, but none of the guns ever feel out of balance to me anyway. Some of them feel a bit weaker than others, but that's just, whatever the case is. And some of them are just a pain in the ass to use, especially early without attachments. They're just real difficult to hold on to. But for the most part, all the gun balancing feels pretty good. at least to me. I don't know how you feel about it.
No, I agree. I think that, like you said, there are some strong guns, there's some weak guns. But I think that goes with any competitive
I,
game or anything
I don't know
like
that there's any strong guns. There's like this level of almost everything, and then there's a couple that are just not as good.
I think
I don't think there's any outstanding ones, are there?
there's a few that I've noticed, like the TAC V, which is like
Og.
the Scar H.
Oh, the Scar. Yeah, okay, the
The
Texas
Scar
Scar
H,
ones. Yeah.
yeah, Scar H is kind of above there. There's the oh god, even the 5.56 version of the Scar is kind of up on the top. There's a
Mhm.
few of the little ones that are outliers. RPK is kind of up there. The AK-70, the AK-47, the AK-47 just in general, the
Oh,
7.62 one
yeah.
is on top. But there's only a few. There's only a couple that are kind of like you can maybe measure a little bit more above everything
Yeah.
else. But everything, it feels like everything's very viable, and it feels like they all have a slot, and like it, it's a fun game. I think they did well. I think Warzone is fun.
Well, hold on. Before you get too far into that,
Yeah.
I staying with that. What do you think about the time to kill? Because to me, it feels almost perfect. Because always hated the old COD that felt like bullet sponge, and that's why you had to have hardcore, and hardcore was probably a little too easy. So this feels like it fits perfectly right in between those two things to me, anyway.
So, in my opinion, I would go towards a little bit longer time to kill.
A little longer time to kill. You think so, huh?
Yeah, if
I
you look
prefer
my
longer time to kill in pretty
yes,
much any first-person shooter.
and the reason is, and I'm sure Cameron agrees, is the longer the time to kill is, the more the skill gap is.
Yeah,
in
agreed.
my opinion, because then you have to hit shots more.
Skill expression as well.
Yes, yeah.
Because
So
at that point you're using tracking.
Yep.
Because they're not dying instantly, and you're using flick for that initial use. And if they're if they're semi-auto, then it's easier to for some people it would be easier to flick rather than track. So there's more skill expression when the time to kill is longer.
I agree to an extent, but I think there's a trade-off there that happens that it turns the game it turns off a lot of people, myself included, when it becomes extremely difficult to kill somebody.
yeah,
Right, so I think there's definitely a trade-off, and for me personally, the TTK right now in COD is almost perfect, and I wish Tarkov was more like what COD is right now. Personally, I think if Tarkov was where COD is right now, it'd be almost perfect.
So where would you put Tarkov? Is a faster time to kill or a lower time to kill?
No, I think Tarkov right now, when people have high pen armors and stuff like that, it's a longer time to kill in Tarkov right now.
See,
Minus the fucking headshot. If you can hit the headshot, it's significantly faster.
See, that's my problem. Is I think my perfect game would be a mixture between Quake right now, and Call of Duty. Is that time to kill? Because Quake has a long time to kill. It really does. And then Call of Duty has a medium time to kill. I would say a little bit on the shorter side, but a medium time to kill. So like one Call of Duty Black Ops 4, the one that had Blackout, had multiplayer had almost the perfect time to kill in my personal opinion. That was the funnest.
And that felt like a little too long for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I think,
but that, like I said, that's
Titanfall
just
Titanfall 2 had a really good time to kill.
I would agree.
It really incentivized
that, unfortunately.
It incentivized headshots.
Yep.
Tracking was huge. Movement was huge.
Yep.
That's a fucking great game for skill expression, except for the shitty guns. The guns that I hate, the Kraber and fucking
in the car. Yep.
The car was just like so nasty, but you still needed to track with it. Like
yes, yeah, but you didn't have to aim in, which was like a big thing.
Yeah,
in that game. But if Titanfall 2 really like tried to make a game like Apex. If Titanfall 2 had sex with Apex and made a multiplayer baby, that game would be so fucking good.
That would be like a game I'd play every day.
Every day.
If it was more like an arena shooter.
Yes.
If
Yes.
Because movement without reason is useless. It's without reason, right? If there's no objectives on the map to use your movement for, then there's no point in having good movement.
I don't agree 100% with that.
Well,
Because I feel like movement in general always makes you harder to hit, which makes you live longer.
That's true, but it's movement for me is like implementing a strategy when it comes to to movement heavy shooters. Like Quake.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, and even in CS:GO, if your movement's better, you get to the site faster, and then you can defend easier.
In games like CS:GO, movement is only like implementation of strategy, because when you get hit, you get slowed down anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, so you can dodge bullets until you get hit once, and then you're not.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think Call of Duty right now is in a good spot. The multiplayer. Real quick, let's talk about DMZ, because you only played a couple games. I've played a few. Let's talk about DMZ real fast before we get into every other game that we play. What are you thinking?
I haven't played it enough to have a really good opinion of it, to be honest with you. My initial opinion, my super fast initial opinion is...
all I want.
The world is cool. The
I
map
agree.
is great.
Yep.
The AI is actually pretty fun for the most part. As in general, some of it can be pretty derpy, but that's okay. It's okay to have the derpy shit. You know what I mean? When there's some other shit there, and you know it's kind of cannon fodder. Whatever the case.
I prefer derpy over Terminator scavs.
True. Yeah. Exactly. But the nice thing about this so far is there's a good mixture of the derpy and the guys that are, you know, the guys that have the rigs on them and that are kind of harder to kill and shit. Yeah. There's a good mixture of all that. For the most part, they don't just run at you mindlessly. Nope. You know. So the AI is pretty decent. The questing, but the gunplay is great. So those are the great things about it. The map is awesome. It's great. It lays out great. It's super cool to run through the map and all of a sudden you're in one of the multiplayer maps. You know, it's just part of the whole fucking map there.
You run into a map that you played years ago on Modern Warfare 2 and you're like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that, great. AI is pretty good, kind of fun to fight against. The gunplay is great. You know, a lot of fun to play. But after that, it's just like meh to me, because the questing doesn't make any sense. At least the little bit that I have now. Obviously, I haven't done a whole lot of it yet, but it just seems meh. And then the looting is like there's no point in it at all. I never get that feeling of, oh my god, I found something super rare or that I really need to get out with. But no. I've only played a few. You've played significantly more than I have, so maybe you've gotten that, but I haven't.
I am going to agree and disagree in a few different areas. I think the loot system it's very hard to get excited, like you said.
There's no reason to, in my opinion.
Unless there's the one thing that you get excited about whenever you see it, and it's an M13, and that's because it can unlock everything else. You know, the M13 and everything other slot in the game, in multiplayer and in DMZ, and that's the assault rifle. But the problem with that is that you can have a friend that got it and then drop it for you, and then if you extract with it, you have it, right? So it happened with me. Caleb dropped it for me, and I wanted to try it out in normal multiplayer, and then I'm like, fuck, I kind of feel like I cheated, and now
to unlock it,
yeah. So
you have to technically to get it, you have to go to the radiation zone and fight the boss that's there.
Yeah, or the boss's minions or whatever, and then pick it up off of them. So I want to do that still, because I feel like I cheated and got it through bullshit ways, but but yeah, I want to the game, it feels good. DMZ feels good. It feels like it could be great. It needs 50% more players in a lobby, in my opinion. Feels kind of barren. And I don't know if
See, I
that's
never thought it felt barren. I thought it felt chaotic constantly because there's so many bots.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So many bots.
That's the problem. Is it doesn't need as many bots. It needs more people.
Gotcha.
And I know it doesn't want to be a Warzone clone, but it needs more people and it needs more punishment when you die, because you don't feel anything when you die. You're like, fuck, all right, here we go again. Let me just get one of my contraband weapons and I'll come out again. There's
and
no
even that you can just go in bare fist. That one I forgot to equip a gun.
Yeah,
I just went in bare fisted, and just like in Warzone, the very first building I walked into had a gun sitting on the ground.
Yeah, no, I mean I agree. I think
there is literally no punishment.
It doesn't feel
dying.
it feels like there's no punishment, and I feel like there's very little reward too. So
yeah.
And I think if you can level those two things out, make it bigger reward, more punishment, I think the game would be a lot more fun, and I think it would attract a lot of the Tarkov guys, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what they were trying to grab at and get was a lot of the Tarkov audience. But moving on from that, Warzone, Modern Warfare 2, think it's a great game so far. I've enjoyed it thoroughly, and I'll probably play it after this podcast. But moving on,
you haven't played single player yet, have you?
I have not played single player yet. Have you?
Have you heard anything about it?
I've heard it's great.
Really?
I heard it was surprisingly good. That's what I heard.
Yep,
the exact words I heard were surprisingly good.
Surprisingly good. Yeah. That's what I've heard too. That it's like it's not a Call of Duty game that's came out in the last 5 years.
Yeah, but didn't they say the same thing about 2019 Modern Warfare 2019 campaign, that it was actually surprisingly really good?
I didn't hear anything.
It didn't have a campaign.
Yeah, it did.
Oh,
no, not 2019. Yeah, because it came out with Warzone.
You're thinking of Black Ops 4.
You're right.
Yes, Black Ops 4.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2019 had a single player.
Had a campaign.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have really enjoyed this one.
Yeah. I might give it a go just to see.
I think so, and I think there's the co-op missions like there was in the original.
I noticed that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think those would be fun for me and you to fuck around with, or whatever.
Yeah.
But moving on, into Cameron's wheelhouse now. I think. Let's talk about Street Fighter 6.
Button mashers.
Button mashers. Street Fighter 6. I know that you got into the demo.
Oh yeah, I totally legitimately got into the closed beta for sure. Exactly.
What are you thinking
I don't
from
need Capcom legalese on me?
What are you thinking from Street Fighter 5 to Street Fighter 6? What are your thoughts? What do you think is going to be different? What do you think is going to be kind of the same? What's up?
Street Fighter 6 it's so sick. It's so sick. There's talking about skill expression like I was before.
Yeah.
The drive system opens shit up so much. It's
more than you thought?
It's like post-COVID. It's opening up. It's fucking great. Yeah. So
more than you thought though? Like from the
what is the drive system?
The drives, so you have
for someone who's a complete idiot when it comes to this stuff.
So in Street Fighter games, typically you have at least one meter, and that meter is segmented into stocks. You can enhance special moves with spending that meter, or you can save that meter and spend it on super. However, typically there's also a second meter tied to a different mechanic. In Street Fighter 4, it was tied to an Ultra, which was like you couldn't use it for EX moves. You would do it with an Ultra. It was a comeback mechanic. You could only build that meter through getting hit, or through focus attack parries, essentially. Absorbing hits through focus attack would be the only way you could build Ultra, and it was just a buffed up super is all it was. Street Fighter V, there was V meter along with super meter. And V meter was a comeback mechanic as well. So getting hit builds it fastest. You can also build it through using V skills, which every character had 2 different V skills that you could choose from, and they were just like, they were whatever, you know.
Yeah, they kind of moved in. Some of them had combos with them. Some of them were good neutral options. It was all kind of depending on the character and depending on your matchup. It was what V skill you would choose, and if you use that V skill in the game, you would get your V meter, and then you would either have a V reversal, which kind of like you parried a hit and then you kind of move back and you could block, or you could do a hit with it, but it doesn't lead to anything, or you would have a
V trigger.
V trigger, and that would like activate like an install.
Well, it's different. It's different for every character. It's like a super. It changes for every character, and you also have 2 per character.
Yeah, most of them were installs though, right?
Some of them
there was one install and one super.
Yeah, one like active.
Yeah, but it didn't do much damage, and it was all it was a comeback mechanic.
Yeah,
and every single Street Fighter from 3 on or 4 on had kind of a comeback mechanic.
3 didn't have any comeback mechanic.
Yeah, so from 4 on kind of has a comeback mechanic, and a lot of fighting games nowadays has a comeback mechanic. But Street Fighter 6 is different, in my opinion.
Drive meter actually actively punishes you for getting hit. It punishes you for backing up. It punishes you for getting hit. It punishes you for blocking. So you have what is it? 6 stocks, I want to say.
6 different segments of your
drive meter.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you have super bar. But the super bar isn't segmented because now EX moves, enhanced moves, they're tied to your drive meter. But other things are also tied to your drive meter. So now that it gets reduced on block, it's kind of like a block. It's kind of like a block bar. It's kind of like the Guilty Gear thing where it punishes you for backing up, where it reduces your meter.
It kind of puts everything into one thing. It's kind of a block bar, so as soon as you block, you lose meter. If you hit somebody, you gain meter. If you use your EX, you lose 2 meter. If you use a parry, you lose 1 meter. If you use your parry and then you drive, you use 2 meters, I believe.
Well,
right?
Parry's not Parry's not a bar full meter.
It's half a meter.
Yeah, it like reduces as you go.
Yeah.
So drive rush is when you hit a normal. Like this is pretty. It was long-winded to get to this point. Why I think there's skill expression. But drive rush is when you either can double tap forward from a parry and you come forward, you like dash forward really fast, or you can do it from a normal. And it means that shit links that shouldn't link, and when you hit from a normal that's done in drive rush, it increases hit stun. I think 4 frames. I think it's +4 on every normal. And that means that even if it didn't link, if crouching heavy punch didn't link before into crouching light punch, now it does. Like the links in general, and links are when the frame data lines up to where one button links into another and it's a combo. It was like really common in Street Fighter 4, not nearly as common in Street Fighter 5. And it's, I think, even less common in Street Fighter 6. But with Drive Rush, it opens it up. And then any normal that's special cancelable can be Drive Rushed. And you just get these fucking insane combos. It's not like a Marvel game. It's not like a versus game. It's like a KOF game. It's like the 70% damage combos that Guile has are insane. And every character has nutty shit.
But you have to be very efficient with your meter and with your super bar too. So I mean, the game is going to be insane. The professional aspect is going to be insane, and the cool thing in Street Fighter 6, I think, is going to be the dynamic and the modern button controls that you have. Because I can
dynamic, no. But...
I agree, but I think it will put more
modern
people.
And classic, yeah.
Modern and classic are the big ones, but dynamic will bring. Occasionally could come and play and beat the normal fucking campaign on dynamic, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
She doesn't even need to know what the fuck's going on. She could beat the game on dynamic. And dynamic is you press, it's literally one button and it does combos for you.
Yeah. It just reads context. It not only does it do combos for you, it reads the context of like the spacing and stuff. So if you hit one button and you're at a distance, it'll throw a fireball.
Yeah.
Or if someone jumps in, it'll anti-air.
Yeah.
So it just reads context, makes it's baby mode basically.
It is, but you can't play it online.
No,
you can only play it single player or even probably.
I think you do it in local versus.
Local versus, yeah. But it's for. I think they're really trying to make people come and play fighting games again, which is a good thing. I think Capcom's doing the right thing in that aspect.
Yeah.
So I think Street Fighter 6 might be the biggest selling fighting game in the last, I don't know, 10.
It's not. It's not gonna be. But
you don't think so?
No. Smash Brothers Ultimate is.
That doesn't
far
count.
and away. Oh. Smash Ultimate doesn't count.
Fighting words.
No, it's platform fighting words. it's yeah. It's
traditional fighter,
but it is.
Let's just say
it's
traditional fighter.
Yeah, it'll be like. I think it'll probably be the best selling traditional fighter, or fastest selling traditional fighter of all time. I think it's gonna check all those boxes.
100%.
It's gonna kill it.
When's it due out?
It doesn't have a release date yet.
Next year, beginning of next year.
How close was it to complete for you when you played it?
Wait, what do you mean?
How close was it complete? How close was it to being complete? What you played?
Well, there's only 7 characters in the closed beta.
Okay.
So they need like at least 10 more.
Yeah.
I would say 13 more.
Yeah. 20 seems like a doable slot.
But there's already 2 more that we know about that are announced.
Wait, who?
Well, Dhalsim and Honda.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Right. So, and then Cammy is basically announced.
Yeah.
So that's
more what it was. But the actual game itself, like how complete was it?
It's complete.
Not even close. Oh,
it's complete. 100%. Dude, it's gameplay wise, it's everything I wanted from a new fighting game. 100%. Like there's so much to learn, and there's strict timing now again, because Street Fighter 4 had strict timing. Street Fighter 5 had 3-frame links.
Yep.
Street Fighter 6 also has 3-frame links because it has the same buffer system. But now timing isn't tied to links as much as it's tied to drive rush, and then how fast you press the button at a drive rush. And then with Ken, how fast you can run cancel, and how fast you can cancel your run cancel into a button and to see if it links. Like there's every character has something like that.
Yeah.
Each character is super unique. Ken can run cancel, and when he runs, it powers up his specials, kind of like an EX. But every character has a thing. Jamie can drink beer, get drunk, and wobble around and just throw Rekkas out like a brainless fucking button spammer. And
that seems
What'd
like
you say, Colin?
Yeah, Colin.
Oh, okay.
Cameron, did I kick your ass as Jamie or what?
No, I won most of the games, and I was playing Chun-Li.
Whatever.
Chun-Li
He's fucking lying.
I'm not.
He's fucking lying.
I'm being serious.
Chun-Li has a stance now.
Yeah, Chun-Li has a stance. Every single button from the stance does something different. Guile's got perfects now. He has perfect flash kicks and perfect booms, which are they're pretty easy to hit. But,
yeah, it's only
it's a change to his.
Is it a 3-frame window or what is it?
Yeah, I think so. But it's hard to not hit the perfect.
Especially on a button box.
Yeah. Ryu's got Denjin Charge, which powers up. Most of them are tied around powering up your special ability or giving you something else to work with. Like, typically, if it's not powering up your special abilities, it's there for neutral and it's probably there for mix-ups. Like Kimberly's is an exploding paint can that's a time bomb. That's like strictly there for setups. It's strictly there for mix-ups.
You know what that sounds like? Ray's from Valorant. Y'all motherfuckers don't know that?
Who?
Ray's.
Yeah.
I don't play
She
Valorant.
she has exploding paint cans.
Cool.
Her whole kit is the same thing as Kimberly.
She's the suicide bomber, right?
Don't know about that, Chief, but she is from Brazil.
I don't think any suicide bombers come from Brazil.
Mm.
I don't think there's Portuguese, but all I'm saying is Street Fighter 6 is sick, and I think it's the future of fighting games. Now that I've actually played it, I've gotten my hands on it. I think it's so rad. And the neutral, because of the drive rush system, like Punish game isn't the only thing that's opened up. Neutral game is opened up. The corner is scary as fuck. The corner is so scary in this game. But it also gives you tons of tools to be able to get out of the corner.
Yep.
It gives you parry. It gives you drive rush. It gives you drive reversal, which I haven't seen anybody use.
The fuck is that?
It's like a V reversal, but tied to the drive gauge.
Oh, I've never used that.
I've literally never seen anybody use it.
Oh, okay.
But it's perfect
So-
game. Capcom's killing it.
So, I think, speaking of Capcom, and a company that might put some pressure on Capcom, I want to talk about Riot's fighting game. And we've already talked so much about it. We've talked about Alawi. We've talked about all that stuff. We're all excited.
Did we talk
for
about
it.
Alawi?
I think we did.
Yeah, we did.
I thought
But did
Alawi
you-
was
I-
announced after our last podcast.
She was announced after our last podcast, but we had talked about her as one of the prime candidates in our podcast.
Yeah.
I don't fucking remember
But
that.
speaking of all that, have you seen the leaked list of characters?
Yeah,
No.
Dad and I literally just told Colin about this.
I didn't realize it was leaked. I thought I saw that. Cameron told me it was on a
Okay.
survey.
Yes.
So yes, there was a survey of League of Legends, of the League of Legends players. They got a survey basically asking what they thought of these characters. And
Yeah.
it just happened to be an interesting list that included all of the characters that they've already either announced or shown,
Yeah.
as well as some other ones. And it was a nice round 23 characters.
That is
Which
a
is-
fighting game. Well, I feel
starting
like that's
roster right there.
I feel like that's a little bit short for a 2v2 kind of
Yeah,
game.
but games as a service game. It's a games as a service game like League of
True.
Legends.
True.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect fit. Tekken.
You think so?
Tekken 7 I think started around that same number. And
Okay.
just grew
Well,
from
Tekken
there.
7 has a ridiculous amount, and it's a 1v1, which is ridiculous. Should not have as many fucking characters as
Yeah,
it does.
it's got too many.
So I can read these off because I did pull this up while you guys were
nice.
talking about that other game.
Hell
So
yeah. Good.
I
good
can read.
shit.
I can read these guys off for you.
Perfect.
So these were the ones that were in that survey that people were given.
I will interrupt you as soon as I hear somebody that I think will be badass. I just want you to know that.
I think they'll all
That's
be
fine.
badass.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ari, we already knew she was
Yep.
part of all the demos and all that kind of stuff.
She's gonna be annoying for sure.
Akali, I think
We haven't
no,
heard
we
that.
we hadn't heard of the Kali, but
Badass
that was
character.
that was kind of a given.
I would
right?
agree.
Hit and run style.
See, you as Dad's reading out this list. Let's think about all these characters that are top lane characters. All right.
The majority of them are going to be like mid lane
And
top
lane,
lane. And
Yeah.
Yeah, except the next one, the next two, Braum.
Yes, which is what I talked to Colin about.
Yes,
I said that Braum was in the list.
And I think, like Cameron was saying, he's going to be a support character. Even in a fighting game, he's going to be, like Cameron was saying, he's going to be somebody you call in for assists, and it really helps out with assists. I don't think he's going to be a point character.
No.
Yeah, we'll see.
And even like his super move is utility super.
Yes.
It's a knock up. It's just a little bit of damage and a chance for you to tag in your actual damage character.
Yeah.
So this guy takes all the hits. He's the battery. He's the one building meter or whatever. And then you have this guy to spend meter.
Call in the other one. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
use him for the knock up or the combo, start.
Yeah, that's what it seems like to me.
Yep. Blitzcrank.
Yes.
Same thing maybe.
And I just want to, me and Cameron talked about it. I want to go over, I think it would be cool if he had 2 different cooldowns for his pulls. So because each arm, you could pull with your right arm and you could pull with your left arm and have different combos with that, and then pull and then uppercut with your right arm, uppercut with your left arm, and have different combos with that too. You could have 2 different uppercuts in a combo, 2 different pulls in a combo. You could save a pull for the end of the combo and see if you wanted to extend it somehow if they fucked up or stuff like that. I think that would be...
if you took them away and then pulled them back to you.
Yeah. Exactly, stuff like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Mid-air combos, you use your ultimate, the big fucking explosion thing, and then you pulled them back to you and kept on going. That would be pretty cool.
And I had the idea that his W would act as a special, and any special cancelable move would be canceled from it. And it's just like like it is in League, where it's the speed buff, right? Mm. But then you hit a string, and then you special cancel with W. And now you got a speed buff attached to another string that you can do.
Yep.
And I think that would be so sick. That would be
so much fun. Yeah.
So Darius and Echo, we already knew about. We saw him fighting in that other one.
Yep. Echo's kid is insane.
Yeah, Echo's kid looks cool as fuck.
So annoying. He looks like the worst.
No, it looks so sick. You can fuck right off.
I don't give a fuck what you say. He's gonna be the worst. I don't think he's gonna be so Teemo's going to be in the game, and Echo's still going to be the worst.
Ooh, Ezreal will be sick. Okay.
Ezreal's going to be the poke character.
We got zoners, baby.
Alawi, which we had already talked about, and she hasn't since been confirmed.
Yep.
Katarina was already, showed with very early. Was one shown very early. Mm-hmm. This one's an interesting one. Karma.
Okay. See, I wonder if they're going to add shields into the game.
That's what I was thinking, too.
I hate shields in a fighting game, though.
I know. That's kind of what I was thinking.
Why else do you have someone like Karma?
Yeah, she literally only gives you shields.
And Braum. Braum has other stuff, but yeah, Karma's just shields and speed buffs.
Yeah, Braum has CC, and that's what I see him as. I see him as a tank that's going to build meter, and then utility super... someone else does damage. Karma, I think is going to be played similarly as a battery to build up meter.
I would agree.
Probably zoning, and then assists would probably be, instead of sending out a projectile, which, like, when you think of Marvel, all the assists are they're either hitting it with a special move or throwing out a projectile.
Yep.
It'll probably be a buff.
A buff, like a speed buff, and maybe a little bit of a shield.
Like maybe you have armor on your next hit. Yep. If it's armor, it makes sense. If it's 100%. Super armor, it makes sense.
I agree.
Maybe you get a deeper jump in.
Yep.
Maybe it changes your cross up distance or something. Yep. Or you can just dash in and fucking. Or I just thought of it. It would probably be tied to Zillion, but if each special has a cooldown, What if you had an assist that reduced cooldowns?
Reduce cooldowns.
Oh,
It would have to
call.
be tied to Zillion, but I literally
There's
just
a
thought
few-
of that.
There's a few other characters that kind of do that, like Katarina. I mean, she doesn't do it for her teammates. The
No,
assist
but
wise,
like as a reset, you mean?
yeah,
Like you
yeah.
E
So what if
onto a cute
what if
enemy and then
yeah? What if she did like maybe like a
Well,
certain type of combo and it reduces?
it looked like with some of the stuff they'd already shown with Ari, that's kind of what she was doing, because she was throwing that ball out and then she was either grabbing it or teleporting it to it and able to do it again or reset. So
Yeah.
maybe there was something going on with that too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ari really just looked like mobile Minot,
Yeah.
which I thought was
looks
cool.
sick.
Which was cool, but also like, fuck. Now Minot's got air dashes. Like,
Okay. So let's
shitting
because
me?
we'll get tied up here. So let's keep moving. Because the next one's interesting. The next one's interesting too. Kindred.
Oh,
puppet character.
okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
Okay.
she's got a puppet. Lux, another zoner. Mage zoner versus Ezreal's the whatever zoner, right? Rengar.
Rush down for
that
days.
would be so much fun. Okay,
Mix up.
mix up rushdown.
Either like a setup rushdown or a mix up rushdown.
I would agree.
This is Rengar is like an NRS character.
Riven, which we kind of all assumed, everybody assumed Riven was going to be one, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
she's got Rekkas, dude.
Yeah. Senna.
Another support.
There's another support shield character,
Yeah.
because that's what she
Whoa.
does.
How would they
Heals and shields.
How would they implement her? Is it her E? Whenever person dies, you have like a couple seconds to.
That's not Senna. You're thinking of someone else.
Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking of
the other support player.
What's her name?
Renata Glass.
Renata Glass. Yeah,
Yeah.
Senna would be like a poke support.
Yep.
That's why I think assists. You're going to be able to choose your assist type.
Probably.
I would 100%
like
agree.
Marvel, except Marvel, basically all the assists are attacks.
Yeah,
Like,
and
they-
especially
they
And
attacks-
some of these, and you're thinking some of these are going to be defense type assists.
Yeah.
Blocks, parries,
Buffs. Yeah.
armor, whatever the case is.
Super
Yeah.
armor.
Yeah.
Speed
And-
buff.
and 100%, if it's a 2v2, you have to be able to pick your assist. I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, moving on.
Yep.
Set just makes sense.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, he's a pit.
He's a
His
grappler.
whole kid is a pit fighter, grappler guy, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So that one's easy.
Yep.
Thresh.
Interesting.
Setup, dude. He's a setup character.
100%.
He's a trap character. He's similar to Blitzcrank, but less selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he would be more of an assist. I think Blitzcrank will be a support character, but he will be kind of like an anchor support. Like you use his assist to pull in your enemies and then do some more combos with it. Or if you die with your first character, you have Blitzcrank to be able to sort of kind of anchor. You know what I'm saying? But a Thresh is going to be more like you pull an enemy in and then you switch to your other character and then you finish this combo off and then I don't know. That's what I see at least is Thresh being more of a active support while Blitzcrank is kind of like a passive anchor support.
Right. The next one's Vi. Again, makes sense.
Yep.
With all the other stuff they talked about. I did skip Jinx, but we had already seen her, so we know that.
Yeah.
Dude, you
Somehow
think
I
Vi?
went right
You think
past that one for whatever reason.
you think Vi is going to be like a charge character?
Like a Balrog?
Yeah, like a Balrog.
It would make sense if they're gonna have a charge character. She would be definitely one that makes sense.
Yeah,
Just with the way her kit,
way
her kit works.
To be honest with you, I 100% don't think there will be charge characters.
I don't think there will be either, but I was just wondering.
If
I
they're
didn't-
getting-
If there is, she's definitely gonna be one.
yeah,
If they're getting rid of special move motion inputs,
yes,
then there's not going to be a charge
stuff.
character.
yeah,
Okay.
I would agree.
Yeah.
All right. Next is Yasuo.
Obvious as fuck.
Yeah, you can't have a fighting game
Movement,
without-
like crazy movement.
Yep.
He's gonna mix you. He's gonna cross
He's
you
gonna,
up.
Yeah, mix. Yeah, exactly. Emo.
Don't know how
I'm
he would be in
actually
a fighting
excited
game?
to see how Timo plays.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I seriously am, because I have no idea how he's going to be a fighting game character.
He'll be a trap character.
It could be, because this is an odd number, they may have just put him in this list to fuck with people.
They're gonna put him in the game.
I hope not. He's in the game. 100%.
100%. He's got to be in the game.
He's in the fucking game, and I hope he is.
Because people hate him. They're like,
True.
yeah, we got to put him in the game.
Yeah,
and there's
you need
to
a villain, right?
Yeah, 100%.
You need a villain.
And the same reasons you hate him in League are not going to be the same reasons you hate any character in Project L.
In this the fighting game.
Yeah. Like Echo is going to be annoying as fuck.
Well, this next one you might think that too is Samira.
Yes. I can tell you right now, yes. I think Samira will be a rush down bullshit.
Yeah, that's what she's gonna be. Yeah, she's gonna be right. Apparently, somebody was saying she's Dante.
Yeah, Rooflemonger was saying that.
Yeah, she literally is, and she was built for League off of Dante. So now she gets to actually do it.
Now she gets to be in her own model.
She gets to be in her own thing. So
yeah,
anyway,
that makes sense.
And then the final one is Zed.
Zed
makes sense. Yeah,
another talk about mix up.
100%.
I think Zed is gonna have some crazy nasty setups and some nasty punish game.
Yep.
Just like
he might be like a setup puppet mix-up character. It's gonna be a crazy.
He's gonna be fucking crazy to see the juggles he's gonna have with his clones.
He might be one of the hardest characters in the game. I'm calling it right now.
Probably
one of the
Echo looks stupid. Echo looks stupid.
Echo looks like any other anime character.
He looks like an air dasher, man. He just looks like an air dasher.
So with that list, who are you playing? Or what two? I guess what two are you playing? Since it's a tag game.
Echo.
What's your team?
I want to go Ezreal Blitzcrank. That sounds ridiculous, but I want to do that.
That's a bottom lane right there.
That's a bottom lane.
That's a bottom lane, dude.
I'm thinking about. I want Blitzcrank in my team no matter what. I'm thinking. So I think it's gonna be. I just gotta figure out a point character. I think it might be Darius. Darius Blitzcrank.
I'm thinking.
I know he wasn't in the list, but which is ridiculous because he's already confirmed. But
who?
Darius, was he in the list?
I called him. Yeah, I just said Darius and Echo. We already knew about.
Oh yeah,
they were right there. Yeah.
I think a Thresh Zed. Thresh Zed.
That would be
start
insane.
The game as Thresh, build up meter, just like play neutral until you can get any hit.
The hook.
And then as soon as you hook, you come in, spend meter, ult with Zed. Do your combo. At the end of the combo, the fucking person explodes.
Yep.
It's fucking anime as fuck. It's sick. That's what I want.
See, I'm going something different entirely. I'm thinking Braum Set, Braum Vi, Braum Rangar is kind of my combo that I'm looking for.
So funny.
Braum would be a good pick too.
Because we're all in different categories. Because I'm thinking Ezreal, Jinx, Blitzcrank.
Yeah, you're zoning.
Yes.
Yeah. Zone.
Zone. Yeah, and you guys, Dad, you're more like the laid back, not laid back, but the
just
defensive
forward.
Yeah, the defensive kind of. Yeah, and then Cameron's like in your face, set up, and then win the match. You know.
Yeah, burst down, fucking flashy, crazy shit.
Dude, I just want to like ult. I want to ult with Zed in a fighting game. Because I can't think of any other example where you set up something, you attach something to an enemy before the combo, and then based on how much damage you were able to do in the combo, it adds to it. It's kind of like KI. It's a little bit like KI. You build up. If you don't end your combos, there's an extra little bit that builds up, and then when you actually land an ender, it does all that damage. But it's like more succinct. It's that's a cool fucking concept. I want to see that so bad.
Yeah. I would agree. I think there's going to be a lot of cool. The cool thing about it is going to be 2v2, and it's going to be. Oh, I feel like your team is going to be very diverse. You're going to be able to make teams based on however you feel at that time, whatever you want to play like. It's going to be just a cool fucking thing because of. I mean, it's kind of like Skullgirls. You mean if you look at it like Skullgirls. I like to play Big Band and fucking Misfortune because I kind of like the hit and run kind of gameplay. And Cameron, you like to play Beowulf and
Philia.
Philia. And that's kind of like the rush down grappler, like get your shit done, and it's gonna be really expressive. I think it's gonna be pretty fun.
Specifically with the character choices, it's going to be super.
I think that's what's going to make or break this game, and I'm definitely leaning towards the make. Is the character stuff and how their expression each character is going to have and how they're going to play out, because it's something League has done very well in the past.
Even if you look at it with Valorant, it's a lot like
Valorant. They've done really well with that too.
I know Valorant isn't a huge esport right now. But it's pretty fucking big, and they didn't have much to set up, and they didn't have long to set it up, but it's a big esport. So if you look at what Valorant has done in the short amount of time they've been alive or have been available, I think Project L or whatever it's going to be is going to be a big game, and it's gonna move a lot of people towards fighting games. I'm hoping.
Yeah, it's just going to grow the genre as a whole because people, it's like what we talked about back in the day with like Heroes of the Storm and Hearthstone and World of Warcraft and all that, how they fed off of each other.
Yeah,
it's going to be the same thing with Riot in this and like Overwatch, because like I played free weekend of Overwatch because I wanted some Hearthstone cards, and now I'm gonna play it, or I want to play Project L because I want this sick ass soul bad guy Riven skin,
right?
And now I've played Riven a little bit. I've learned a little bit of the tech, and now I'm kind of in.
Yeah.
And they already have a huge player base, a fucking massive player base on League of Legends and Valorant and Teamfight Tactics.
Yep.
So just expanding.
Legends of Runeterra. That's what it's called, by the way, Cam.
The card game. Yeah, I don't know if anybody plays that, but if they have 10%, if they have 5% of their active, like right now, concurrent League of Legends player base worldwide that plays Project L, it will be the biggest fighting game.
I would agree.
By far.
Shit, it would destroy 5%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
5%. And I mean,
destroy
the 5% of the concurrent player base in League of Legends. If that was the whole player base of Project L, that would be the biggest fighting game by far.
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys talk about this real fast. I want to bring up like 2 more topics that probably shouldn't take much longer. And then what are we sitting at right now?
We're at an hour and 2 minutes.
Okay, yeah, so I think that should kind of wrap it up after the 2 topics I want to talk about real quick. So I'm going to go take a piss real quick. You guys just keep on talking about the Riot fighting game real quick.
Well, I don't. Riot fighting game is fine, but then there's also the MMO that's definitely coming as well.
Yeah.
So there's that whole thing too, and that's going to bring in a whole nother group of people into the Riot ecosystem that haven't ever been there before, and so now they're going to learn all these characters and all that kind of stuff too. So
and same,
who knows what all that's going to do as well.
Same thing with
exactly
as we were saying before,
crossover and everything
with the Blizzard games. Yeah, crossover.
Mm-hmm.
There's a quest that talks about this in the MMO.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw that the quest giver is playable in Project L, so I want to play
Project
it.
L. Yeah.
It brings someone else. They tell someone the game's kind of cool. It's free to play. Boom, you have eyes. And then the fighting game genre grows. Street Fighter grows. Tekken grows. It's just good for everybody. It's good business.
Hopefully it all fucking plays out that way. But
Yeah.
we were supposed to have gotten more information.
I hope the
before
Game
the end
Awards,
of the year, and we haven't seen shit. So
I was thinking it was going to be Game Awards, but I don't think they'll show anything at the Game Awards. I think it'll be similar to E3, where they just kind of came out with a video. It was Evo, where they just came out with a video around that time that showcased some shit.
They still have that Riot, whatever they called it, at the end. When was that at the end of the year last? Wasn't that at the end of the year last year where we actually got the most information about the Project L and stuff?
I want to say it was in November, wasn't it?
I thought it was too. November or December, beginning of December.
Well, and that would line up with the Game Awards, which are on December 8th.
November 16th it was last year.
Okay.
Is that right?
Okay.
So
No. Hold on. That wasn't it. That's something else.
because I think it was like we learned some shit in November, and then we saw a little thing in February, and then they talked about it in July. I hope something gets fucking announced.
Yeah, that'd be fucking nice if they'd do something.
At least confirm.
November 20th. November 20th was the when they did that last time.
So,
so
3 days ago, like a year ago. I mean,
a year and 3 days ago. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So hopefully something shows up like any day now, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully they do something. So we'll see.
I'm thinking they'll announce probably multiple things around the Game Awards. That's what I'm thinking.
I farted and I'm about to throw up right now.
Appreciate that. Glad you told us that.
That's cool.
So bad.
I can smell it coming
What
from
the
my
fuck is
headphones.
wrong with you?
I just wanted you guys to know that.
Like, seriously, what is wrong with you?
I don't know. There's a lot wrong with me. So talking about Project L, what do you guys actually think? This is not a big deal. I just wanted to think just wanted to go over your guys' minds. What do you think the real name of the game will be?
Oh yeah, Colin and I talked about this in the car as well.
Yeah.
I thought it's gonna be in the same vein. It's not gonna be League of Fighters. It's gonna be like it probably won't be League of Fighters, but like Brawlers of Runeterra or some shit like that. Fighters of Runeterra.
Yeah.
You know what's fucked up that I just realized?
What's that?
How can they do this game and not include Jax?
Colin and I talked about Jax.
That's so funny. Cameron was just talking about that on our way home.
Yeah. Like he would have, because Colin said, "Do you think the game's gonna have a parry?" And I said I think it'd be tied to specific characters like Fiora and Jax. And specifically, what I was thinking about with Jax was like obviously his E for the parry, but I was thinking like his the passive tied to his ultimate, where you get 3 hits and then it's a big burst thing.
Big
like
burst,
having that in combos, and it like adding to juggle, or maybe it being tied to an ender or something like that, and how that would just be really cool gameplay wise.
Right.
To see that tied in somehow to Jax's gameplay.
Yeah, I found it kind of odd that he wasn't part of this.
Lee Sin, man. Come on.
Lee Sin, too. Yeah,
that's
like,
that's the sickest fighting game character concept ever.
Draven.
Yeah. Period. Draven. Yeah.
Don't fuck.
Don't fuck me.
No, don't. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully we get some news here soon on all that stuff.
I would agree. But yeah, I think name for it. I just wanted to hear what you guys would think. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was outside of gaming. what have you guys been into? Just kind of go outside of gaming, dive kind of into our lives a little bit outside of gaming, because I know a lot of us it's a big part of our lives. But Cam, what have you kind of been into outside of gaming lately?
Leatherworking.
Oh yeah,
That's
like
this. I made this. It's bad, but it's a work in progress. I literally have all my tools laid out right in front of me. I got my wooden mallet. I got my fucking awl I use for piercing cow skin.
possible to find in Tarkov, by the way.
And then I have my diamond chisels. I made this little pouch for him. It's like, nerdy dad boner shit, but it's fun.
No, totally.
I enjoy
No,
it.
that's just totally something that I just wanted to kind of talk about. Dad, what have you been kind of into?
Well, this is still kind of game related, but you can see the sim rig that's over here now, that I just got done putting together. So I'm kind of diving significantly more deeper into the sim stuff, the sim titles, and trying to drag both of these guys in with me as I'm doing it. Cameron's already got kind of a rig put together. I want to drag Colin into, so
Yeah.
I want to start putting together some league style nights where we have a racetrack and work on lap times and racing. And there's a group of guys that's doing it like I used to do back in the day. So I'm thinking about trying to figure out how we can get together and jump in with those guys and drive British touring cars. So that's what they're doing.
Ooh, that would be fun.
So
BTCC.
front wheel drive touring cars.
Volvo 850R, baby. That's the shit.
I don't know that one's in there, but the it's all new stuff. So the Toyota, the
So
Yaris,
it's all like hatchbacks then. Yeah.
Toyota Yaris is in it. The Hyundai i20 or whatever it is,
the BMW 1 Series.
The BMW 1 Series is one of them. Yeah, so it's all those kind of cars. So kind of cool. Anyway, so we'll talk more a little more about that in the very near future, because we have the R Factor and some map packs and things like that. So R Factor's on sale right now for like $15. So R Factor 2. So anyway, so that, and then the 3D printing stuff is my other big thing. So I got a resin 3D printer. You can kind of see it there in the corner, and then the wash and cure station, and I'm putting together something for Colin for Christmas right now. This is one of the characters that I 3D printed from a book series that he and I read. And this is, he doesn't have any arms right now. I got to put his arms on him now, but that's the other character. Oops.
You're not saying what it is because it's fucking the nerdiest shit
No,
in the world.
100%. I'm going to talk about it right now, because I'm going to talk about what I've been doing outside of fucking gaming. There's two big things that I've really been enjoying. The first one is not as much, and the second one is a big one. The first one I still love dearly. I've been reading Warhammer books by Dan Abbott, I believe, right?
Abnett.
Tank Abbott.
Yes, Tank Abbott. Exactly.
No.
Warhammer books by Tank Abbott.
They would be so much more entertaining.
Smash.
Yeah. Flip off the camera, get hard to a man who just got knocked unconscious. Tank Abbett. I just educated Colin on Tank Abbott today.
Yeah, he did today on our way home. But yeah, so I've been really enjoying. I've listened to the whole Eisenhorn series.
Which is what those from, by the way.
Yes, yeah. It was True by L and Eisenhorn, but really been into that right now. I'm almost done with book 2 of Ravenna. Ravener. Sorry, I say Ravenna. But I'm almost done with book 2, and fucking insane. I was screaming in my truck today again. So that's another great reason.
I gotta get on book 2, but yes. I'm in planes all day Monday, so
dude,
I'll be listening to book 2.
Screaming in my car, no fucking way, Yeah, another one of those. Good. And then I've just been going insane on that, and the biggest one that I've really started to enjoy and I'm gonna pursue even more is disc golfing. And I know that sounds nerdy and like a pot smoker, but I got a fucking full bag of discs right here, and I try to go every weekend. Right now it's kind of snowing, so it's a little more difficult, but whenever I have a chance to disc golf, I go disc golfing, and it's been a blast, and it's a lot of fun to learn everything about it, and I just kind of
It's
just
a lot of money in
consume my
plastic.
Yeah, exactly. And the last time we went out, I used exactly 2 discs, and he had his entire backpack, and he beat me by 2 strokes.
Okay, you use 2 discs.
2 strokes.
Okay.
Over
the last time I went out
20?
and threw discs, I got fucking pegged. So, yeah.
Don't sing it like that. You got hit with a disc in the eyeball.
Oh, I like pegged better. I got stretched out by this disc.
You got pegged by Colin's wife.
Yeah. Fuck, I didn't see it. I didn't see it coming. I turned around and bam. Fucking split me wide open.
Oh fuck!
It did split me open.
Oh yeah, you're bleeding pretty good.
And you fell off your fucking one wheel and everything.
Yeah.
That's true. You're riding your one wheel. I forgot about that.
No, I didn't fall off when I got hit. I fell off after.
We got it, but
It was a
still.
little while after.
Oh Jesus, dude! It was a putter too. It wasn't even that fast of a disc either.
No, and it split me open, dude.
It did. Think if she was throwing like a nuke, like a 13 speed or something, your face would have been split wide open.
Well, I hope if she was throwing a nuke, it wouldn't have been that low, but
It's Acacia.
yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of what we've all been doing outside of the gaming world. There's a few things kind of rolling up in the Opatchkast YouTube channel. My dad just released the thing on his sim rig. We're talking about doing a Divinity 2 run between all of us and kind of recording that and recording all our different perspectives on it, which I think will be a lot of fun and a lot of fun for you guys to watch. And
It'll be a lot of fun for me to edit.
and it'll be a lot of fun for Cameron to edit. And then stuff like that. I think we're especially during this winter when things kind of die down between me and Cameron. There will be a lot more content. I hope. I really do hope, because I think we need to put out content this winter. I think we need to actually try because I enjoy doing this. I enjoy doing it. It was just it's just that we get destroyed with our work. I mean, honestly, that's all it is.
Yeah, but that's just an excuse.
It is.
Truly, it is just an excuse. There's no reason that your work schedule, my work schedule, any of our work schedules, could hinder a hour and a half of us just fucking sitting here bullshitting and chatting. We've done this podcast at least a half dozen times since we did it last time, just sitting in Discord, the three of us bullshitting while we're all playing different games. So it's not like we can't do it. We just have chose not to do it. And we need to stop choosing not to do it.
No, I totally agree, and I know we've talked about this 100 times, and I'm sure we will talk about it 100 more. But we're gonna try our best to release more content. And even if it's shitty content that you guys don't like, it's still fucking content. So buck up, bitches. And thank you guys for watching. I hope whoever is still listening through all the bullshit that we've put out so far, that you guys enjoyed it. And
I got one more topic.
Yeah, let's just go through it real quick. What do you got?
What do you think we're gonna see at the E3 of the winner? What do you think we're gonna see at the Game Awards? Basically, winner E3.
Who won? Who won Game Awards?
No one gives a shit about who wins. like winners at Game Awards don't. That's not who's getting headlines. Yeah, I mean, what's gonna be announced?
I think we're gonna get more information on the Cyberpunk 2077 DLC.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a big
That's
one.
another game I need to finish. I started playing that game, but it was still such a buggy mess.
Now's the time to play it, I think.
Now I need to. Yeah, now that all the fixes are out, I really need to finish that fucking game.
I think we're gonna get more on Project L. I really hope so, at least.
I don't think we will. I think we will before the end of the year. I think in this 1 to 2 months we'll see something. I don't think it'll be at the Game Awards specifically.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. Well, I would hope so. And then this is a fucking far out hope. A far out hope from the fucking heavens above that we hear something about Source 2 for Counter-Strike.
No.
You don't think so?
To see that at all. No. Jeff Keighley's good friends with Gabe Newell, but I don't think Valve has made any major announcements at the Game Awards ever. Or at any Jeff Keighley event ever.
That's why I said far, far, far distance, up in the stars. It would be a great thing, and I think it would kind of push Riot to actually try more with Valorant. I don't know though. That's just me.
I think Valve will just release Source 2 on CS:GO and just not say anything.
That's ridiculous if they do that.
That's their track record.
I could see him doing that 100%.
That's what they do. They don't fucking advertise anything.
If they did what Overwatch 2 did, if they just released it with all the skins and everything, and a little bit more hype, I think it would be the biggest first-person shooter out there right now. But they have to release it with a little bit of hype, just a tiny bit.
They don't do advertising. They really don't.
I know. Make it free to play, like fucking Overwatch 2 did.
Well, Counter-Strike's already free to play.
I know, but advertise it as free to play. Because they didn't really fucking do that. They just said, okay, one of these days, we're just going to let people fucking play. And then if they want Prime, they can buy it. You know, who gives a fuck? They didn't even advertise that shit.
That's because they don't care about making games.
I know, I hate it.
Valve does not care about games.
No.
They make great fucking games.
They do. They make fantastic games. And apparently there was something... no, they still do. Half-Life Alyx is a fucking great game.
Thank you.
That's their most recent one. And apparently there's a
Which
new
is
rumor...
4 years old now? 3 years old now?
Yeah, 3 years old. A rumor just came out apparently about a new non-VR first-person Valve game of some sort.
Okay.
Shit gets leaked all the time. And a lot of the leaks are true, but just because it's true and it's a leak doesn't mean it's fucking going anywhere.
Yeah.
So, it's probably another game that's going to get canceled. That's all that happens at Valve. They get worked on and they get canceled.
But that's what
I'll be 100% honest. I'm not looking forward or think of anything that's going to happen. Right now, there is literally nothing in the game industry that I'm like anxious or can't wait to see or anything like that. I want to see Streets, and that's really it. I know it sounds kind of fucking a bummer, or whatever, but there's just nothing else that's even remotely tickles my fancy right now. The Project L thing a little bit, but I know how I am with fighting games, and I'm not going to want to dedicate myself to that, to learning a fighting game, for any real length of time. Same thing with the Riot MMO. Even though I've never really played an MMO, that one tickles my fancy a little bit, which is the first demo that's ever really done that for me.
We played Lost Ark.
I did play Lost Ark for like a month.
Played more than
I did. And it was fun.
It was all right.
I had a good time.
That one never grabbed me enough to want to grind it. You know what I mean? To spend time in it. The only thing that I want to spend time in right now is that. I want to get back in there and start running laps.
I ran laps today, and I wanted to sit in that seat forever. It was just running laps on, just running NASCAR truck on Charlotte.
Charlotte, yeah.
It was a blast.
Yeah, that's literally the only thing that's like that I give a shit about right now, and so yeah, there's nothing out there that even intrigues me a little bit, you know.
For me,
I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking actually finally getting old.
I
don't know.
felt similarly like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
It was like, there's just nothing. But right now, there's shit to be excited about for me because
Street Fighter 6.
I want to, specifically at the Game Awards, I want to see more characters announced for Street Fighter 6. I don't want to see legacy characters. I want to see new characters.
New characters.
That's what I want to see. I know Tekken 8's likely to get some sort of something.
Right, because they did kind of like a super teaser thing at Evo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they added more onto it.
Yeah, there's like a PlayStation showcase thing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They showed some gameplay. But like one of the first things Harada tweeted after the initial teaser was like the Game Awards. I think he literally just tweeted the words "the Game Awards." So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's for sure gonna get shown. We're gonna see some new characters, probably some new gameplay, whatever. My shot in the dark is KI. I want something Killer Instinct related. Really bad.
That's not a shot in the dark. That's a hope and a prayer.
Yeah,
that's a fucking...
Yeah. That's a blind lasso.
Yeah.
It's so incredibly unlikely, but it's what I want. It's I'm a broken record. It's fighting games. Non-fighting game related. Something from id Software, whether it's a new Quake, whether it's a new Doom, probably a new Doom. Probably not a new Quake. My dreams will always be broken, but
definitely not with our pal Mick Gordon involved.
Oh fuck no! They're battling it out. They're swinging. He's swinging his heavy ass 10-string.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Pete Hines can't see it because he's sitting backwards on a toilet. I just
really hate that guy, don't you?
Yeah, I fucking hate Pete Hines. Good on Mick Gordon. I don't even care who's in the right. Pete Hines is always in the wrong.
In the wrong.
Yeah. But so
I don't even know what's fully going on with that, but that's okay.
It's just a dispute over some shit.
Yeah, stupid shit.
Business shit. But whatever id Software is working on, it's basically Microsoft properties at this point because
Microsoft owns everything.
Yeah. They announced Perfect Dark like 2 years ago or something. They created a whole another company. You know how they created 343 for Halo and they created the Collective for Gears of War? They created a whole new company for fucking Perfect Dark, put out a trailer 2 years ago, and we haven't heard shit since. So where the fuck is Perfect Dark? Where's our next first-person shooter? I want to see what In Exile's working on. Apparently a first-person RPG, maybe? That's a Microsoft property.
That'd be cool.
I would love that. I would love In Exile to, instead of making Wasteland, make Fallout 3. Make Project Van Buren. Finish it. Oh my god, that would be fucking incredible. Yeah, now that they're both under the umbrella of Microsoft. I want Obsidian to show more from that fantasy first-person RPG.
Yeah.
And then I think...
Oh, another one for me, by the way, just real fast. Elder Scrolls 6.
They're not going to show anything.
No. They're going to show
They haven't even started on it yet. Yeah, they're going to show Starfield.
They're probably concept art.
They're probably concept art
it's
stuff right
early,
now.
Early shit. Todd Howard's sitting on a pile of money going, yeah, I'll get to it.
I just want the new Elder Scrolls game.
You've got at least 4 years until that's even remote.
If you say that again,
more.
If you guys say that again, I'm gonna shit on your
next. I think next console generation.
No.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, dude.
No.
How long has it taken from Fallout 4 to Starfield? Starfield's not even out.
How long has it taken from fucking Skyrim to The new fucking Elder Scrolls. It's been how many years?
Okay, but they were on a pattern before of releasing a major game every 4 years. Or ish, right? So Morrowind came out in 2001. Oblivion came out in 2004 or 2005, I think. Right? 2005?
Sounds right.
Ish. And then 3 years later, Fallout 3 came. 4 years later, 2000.
Fallout.
What?
Best Fallout that they've made, in my opinion.
Yeah. Or no, 3 years later, November 11th, 2011, Skyrim came out. 3 years after that, so they're a 3-year cycle, actually. 3 years after that, November 2014, Fallout 4 came out. And
what about New Vegas? Oh, that was Obsidian.
Yeah, that was Obsidian. That was 2 years. Or a year. Year? 2 years. It was 2010 after Fallout 3. So it's been well past 3 years.
Yeah, but you got to count Fallout 76 in there.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
You don't. That's a different company.
You're right. That is a different company. That's ZeniMax, right?
Yeah,
And
ZeniMax Online.
And it's a different company, and it's a different. It's a fucking free to play game. It's a fucking.
It's not free to play.
Free to play.
It feels like it,
Fallout Shelter is a free to play mobile game.
and it's a better game than 76.
Apparently, 76 has gotten significantly better recently.
Oh, fucking boo-hoo.
Oh,
They fucked up.
Shit.
I want a new Wolfenstein game.
There's supposed to be there's a team that's supposed to be working on a new Wolfenstein game.
Probably Machine Games. What I want is Machine Games. I want Machine Games to make the next Quake. That's what I want. I want id to continue to work on Doom, and I want Machine Games to make Quake.
Before we get further into this fucking rabbit hole,
I'm done. I'm done talking. I've ranted enough. I've fucking pitched at P. Hines.
Yeah, I know that's what you wanted to do the whole time. I could feel you.
Yeah.
Your energy.
My rage for that fucking cuck is insane.
Is there anything you want to add on to anything we
like
talked
games?
about?
Yeah, coming up or anything like that.
Games, anything we talked about, anything like that, just real fast.
No, I don't think so. I think I'm good.
I just want to say thank you guys all for watching. We have a few things coming up in the woodworks. One of them is going to be kind of like a Top Gear style thing with all of us using rigs, sim rigs. I will definitely be the worst and be the least entertaining to watch,
or the most entertaining to watch.
Almost.
Jeremy, you'll be the Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yes, power. Yes.
I am not as charismatic as Jeremy, but I will try to be.
It won't 100% be. Yeah, he'll be the hamster.
Yeah,
just
you'll be
wrecking.
Hammond. You'll be
Just wrecking.
I will happily be James.
I think
He'll be
May.
upside down He'll be upside down somewhere.
No. I'll be James. I'll be James and Jeremy put together. I know that's.
I'll happily be James May. 100%.
Because I'll make sure I don't crash by going really fucking slow. That's how I'm gonna make sure I don't crash. But
you'll crash and then you'll reset to pits and you go, I've mended my car.
I've done a thing.
I mended it with a hammer.
I've done a thing.
But yeah, we got a few things coming up in the woodworks. Hopefully we get some Divinity 2. The Top Gear, we'll figure out a name for it. The thing is going to be probably coming up in the future too.
Still want to do gaming triathlon.
I
think that's the first thing we should seriously
Focus
set
on.
up is the gaming triathlon. You know what? And I'm going to put this out here right now. Tomorrow, after Thanksgiving, when we're all sitting in a food coma, we figure out what we're going to do for a gaming triathlon.
I agree.
And we get that done. We get that done in December. So we put it out around Christmas.
You gonna do play-by-play?
Are you
commentate?
gonna do play-by-play, or are we doing?
I don't care.
Are you competing?
No,
It's
I
gonna
was
be
I was thinking about competing even. So
Okay.
so
yeah.
I'll host the first one.
3v. No, we could do a 3v. One.
So like a round robin.
Yeah. Or not even that. Or we figure out all games that we can play all at the same time and against each other.
Yeah, we will sit down tomorrow and figure this out.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. But
I would rather be a host. I'll buy a suit. I'll dress nice. I'll look good. I will be.
You will not buy a suit.
I'll put on my best radio voice. He's going in.
Oh yeah.
He's tagging him with the left. He's hitting him with the right. He's going down. Saved by the bell. He's calling him the N-word. If it's Call of Duty, then I have to be accurate.
What is everything else?
Speaking of which, what did I have to do 2 nights ago when I'm just hanging out in Discord with all you people, screaming as I'm racing? I had to leave. I had to leave.
There was no N-words involved.
There was no N-words involved, but it was close enough to TOS words that I had to bail.
That was all Mom.
Don't be a bitch.
No, you started it.
I think we got to end this podcast, guys. It was
say
a pleasure.
you're a marginalized group and you can get away with anything. Trust me.
I'm Irish.
That's what Dahmer did. Worked perfectly.
I'm Irish.
Yeah.
I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I'm Irish.
Yeah, you're a marginalized group. We're Catholics.
Catholics. There
We got kicked out of the East Coast for a reason. We just didn't go to Utah like the Mormons.
Thank you all for watching before this even goes more off the fucking rails. I appreciate it. We appreciate comments, likes, dislikes, whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't care. Peace out.
Peace.